Alone? No. There's not a chance I'll give you the answer. Well, you get 1 down and 7 across. The answer will be
obviously, the hip-hop has something big. Yes, I know marketing or things. It's
trying to make it easy that I regret this game.
Won't be paying your team.
I'm trying to get it out of my
Hey, it's almost on you.
Good day. Morning. The workload ahead is dawning and we're sorting through past papers to see if there's anything we can take. We gander at last year's most prolific political slander and see the standards of what's expected. Now what we're looking for isn't the politics or any of that bollocks. It's the page in the middle of a simple-minded venture. Horoscopes, movie reviews, puzzle adventures. Oh, and I probably should start by mentioning that's our department. Egbert enters looking frustrated and ready to engage in enraged debate with anyone who meets his gaze. Ed's been stuck writing movie reviews on films he doesn't even usually watch. He wants to be a big-time director, so he thinks he's
lost all integrity as an artist.
Yeah, he's pretty pissed. I try and get a glimpse of today's headline, but you notice Ed's clenched fists twist around the page as he resists the urge to punch a wall out. What's the fuss?
Read the headline. The Egg Herald is downsizing. Yep. Budget cuts. Walt will probably take this the worst, because unlike us, he's well versed in his occupation. He's a cruciverbalist. He writes crosswords with varying bursts of success. Yes, you'd assume he's the only one in the room, because he enjoys his job more than most. His audience is sorted into those with dementia and those with dentures, those who can barely remember even yesterday's adventures. So I doubt they would get the irony in one of his most recent hits that compared old-timey pirates with computer-aged pirating. Walt turns and debates what to state, choosing QC's most common rebuke.
Look, if it's meant to be, it'll be.
That's what you said about Danny. You know, who had split personalities. He was disowned from his family, then sent to a psychiatric facility in Campbelltown or fucking Broken Hill.
Still, this will be different, because the company must see us as a necessity. They can't threaten me, they can't threaten us. We're too integral.
No one wants your crosswords, they want something feral, stories that are gory. The last headline featured people hoarding meth in a laboratory classroom. Well, what are we going to do? We won't be able to trust anyone soon. Felix, he's logical, methodical, and often philosophical. This is ironic if you know about how he frolicked around in his job interview, making up lies like,
I do know everything there is to know about horoscopes.
oh, and most famously,
Yes, I have studied astrology for 13 years. Oh, you'll hire me? Great.
13 years. That means he started when he was 8.
Guys, let's take a deep breath. How do we know we will even be fired?
Because we're useless.
It's true. We're only hired because they're desperate for brainless entertainment, but we've lost the reader's engagement. We're going to need a full rearrangement.
Unless we get some inspiration or pray to God, at least some luck. We are, in all senses of the word, stuck.
Or simply, we're completely...
Good morning. Now this is quite serious, so please take a seat. Sit down on your chair. The Egg Herald is in the midst of a downsizing. We've monitored audience engagement and, as it stands, the numbers for your pieces are not viable to sustain your position in this company. As you know, your double page for tomorrow's paper is due in 8 minutes. Therefore, unless you have created your magnum opus, which will change the future of our company, I will see to your unemployment. Good day.
Unemployment? Unemployment?
Unemployment? Well, we can't give them this. 4 across a failed cruciverbalist.
Walt, we need to stop worrying. We need to get writing, something inciting. The spark in our audience, leaving our mark in journalistic history.
Felix, we've already searched through our papers of yesteryear from worst to best with no success.
As I said, total rearrangement. We're strange, but there's no time to be patient.
Away the minutes tick. We scramble to stick pen to page, churning out drafts in a maze of papers. And as fate has it, Egbert suddenly insists.
I've got it!
Egbert, lend me your ear. Isn't this what you wrote last year?
Oh dear. The sheer amount of stupidity you display makes me want to slam my head against the pavement. What the hell happened to our whole rearrangement?
I know, Felix, but the old ways have shown what paid.
The old ways are egregious.
Oh, Jesus, you two, stop.
I could write an entire thesis on why the old ways were prestigious.
Egbert, we need to focus. We can't risk the chance of being let go. This can't be any piece of writing. It has to be our best.
You, Felix, are such a pest.
You two, honestly, stop, silence. I think I've solved it. I've been wishing for a word to work in this position. It's the word that's been missing, the last edition. Listen, one down. The process of creating fake money.
Counterfeit.
Hypocrite.
What? No, that doesn't fit.
No, not that, you dimwit. You just called me out for my double review, and you wrote this same word this year and last.
Last! Now, I'm unsure if they're aware, but I don't really know what I'm doing with the word aware. For the longest time, I've been at my lowest, reusing and rearranging the work I find throughout this old paper. If anyone knew any better, they would assume I was working next door. But I knew this job was for me when I read the notice.
In need of an astrologist.
Turns out I didn't know the difference between astrology and astronomy. It wasn't until after the interview. But I just so happened to bump into these two. And although they knew I lied in my resume, they would always cover for me whenever the phone rang. Even now it gives me the chills, my heart stills. And although it fulfills the thrills to pay the bills, I hate that I've given up on something that I love. To no longer stare at the stars up above, but to base personalities on signs that sometimes aligns on how people are feeling on a certain day. What am I going to display?
Nothing is working. Felix is staring into space, frozen in place. Our lives have no rhymes, and I doubt Walt's going to get his job at the New York Post. All in hope is lost. You need to move on like the rest of us. Thus, our prospects are diminishing. Will I ever be a movie director, or is that dream also finishing?
No, you're only thinking about yourself and your own future. You need to be mature. There's more to this than what you want to do. It's not doing this only for you. We have to think about each other, like brothers.
Like brothers? Don't bother. You don't know much about me, do you? All you seem to know about me is the dream I want to pursue. You don't know about my real brother or any of that. Why would you care about those uninteresting facts? You think I want to reach the stars or the moon, but you don't realize I'm missing my brother who I lost in June.
Oh,
And
so
don't need your pity. He wasn't very happy, so well, I just never got to say goodbye. Sin Morris has escaped from this tiring universe, and I want to help him have those moments. He was so excited to watch the long and egregious thesis of John Drake coming out next week. I found myself sitting alone next to an empty seat. Do you know how it feels to be so alone, to feel thrown into every situation without a rope or a guide or someone to help you find your way?
The long and egregious thesis of John Drake, starring Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yes?
Review it.
What?
Write what you want to say, not what you think our boss needs to hear.
I've got it!
this again?
Fine.
Wait, no, hold it. Wait, what was on that note?
Oh, it doesn't matter.
What do you mean? It was what you just
I
wrote.
don't care. Enough with all this chat.
It was 5 seconds. Yes. Incompetent journalist. 6 letters.
Walt.
That's 4.
We need to be encouraging rather than demanding.
Look, I'm just simply commanding.
You're not understanding.
This is all a misunderstanding.
Could it possibly be we're running out of time to simply restart?
I don't know. I just wrote from my heart. Isn't that enough?
This is outstanding.
Your heart. In what world did you think that'd be smart? Could publish it and be fine in a blink.
I don't know. Felix was right. It was the missing link. I know I've been dubious, but I'm serious. This is the tie that binds us to our pieces. A little bit of us, where we discuss the answer that sits across love or the stars and earth and up above. Our pieces need personality to properly prosper.
I think it's brilliant.
And we've tried. If we get fired, then so be it.
Walt, we need to stick together. We are an inseparable trio about to write treasonous pieces. We're just being thrown to the curb by our boss.
He'll throw us anyway.
I guess we give it a shot.
Well, no, that's not exactly what I meant, guys. Head and Felix begin working. Surely they can't fix the mess we're in by talking about their pressing issues and own agendas. It's not what the news press trend is. And again, they've been working. They write so well together, it's hard to tell they don't know what they're doing. Viewing their antics and debating over semantics, it sometimes feels as though I'm not even here. I could just leave and no one would know. Though in this fog of doubt, Felix calls out,
Walt, it's working. My attempt at faking was making me fail. Don't you see? The past is tearing us apart. Give it a whirl. Write some words. Giving our piece's personality is giving this depth. Something I bet we never would have considered in any of our previous papers we've delivered.
the boss is coming. Sir, these are our pieces. Take a read and don't mind the creases. Sir?
Why are you holding on to their work?
What do you mean?
Felix and Egbert, their pieces from last year. These pieces, the reason they left. Why are you giving them to me?
You wanted our work.
No, I wanted your work.
But Felix and Ed, their astronomy, their movie...
Found out Felix faked it 8 months ago, and Egbert left shortly after. Don't you see, Walt? You're all alone.
Solitary. Friendless. 5 letters. Alone.